to finally take the fight to the Chosen themselves. Intel on this facility is almost non-existent. In fact, you may be the first human beings to step foot inside these walls. This may not be the most ideal situation, but it could be our only chance to take one of these things out. Good luck, and be careful.
Welcome back to some more of the Chosen. We have so little intel about this facility that we have a picture of it right here. Anyway, Chosen Warlock Stronghold. Got some of our highest ranking soldiers here.
Stay alert and remember why you're here. That thing dies today, no matter what it takes.
Detecting a strong energy signature further ahead in the facility. There is no doubt in my mind that it is from the Chosen.
Then that's where we need to be. Such bravery.
Interestingly, one of those rare situations where we have 2 ways out of our starting room.
Your hubris is your downfall.
Now, normally, if I remember the map layout that you usually run to, this side is a dead end, and then this is basically the actual way to go to. But since we have some enemies back here, who's that anyway? Assault Trooper, Elite Medic, yeah, okay.
No problem.
We're gonna get over there and see if we can have a quick talk to them, right? See if they're reasonable. They're willing to just, you know, leave without putting up too much of a fight. Put you there.
If I wanted to stand around doing nothing, I would have stayed in my Leviathan.
In position. I'm on it. Affirmative. Covering now.
So here are some doors on the other side. Really just the 2 of you.
You have come far.
Okay.
Little humans, boldly pushing forth into the unknown. If you only knew the truth of this place, you would scurry back to the shadows where you were spawned. These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable. Well,
That's very interesting, Mr. Bradford.
let's take these things out.
Very, very interesting information there. Good to know that the obedience makes them predictable. Kick him. In his butt.
Alright, I'll go.
Right. Let's kill.
Okay, so
Yes, I could shield up first, and then shoot.
happy now?
What do we need the shield for? Alright. That side taken care of. Get over there and let the tracking do its magic. The magic says nobody's there. Alright.
Vado. Solid copy.
I see.
It's more like here in that room. Game's still there, okay. Also double checking now. There's no other exit here.
Humans, their reach is eternal. Even now their hand closes upon you.
Probably time to trigger. Well, no. Is it time to trigger a shadow? No, I think we're just gonna go out here. Don't spot anything, we're just gonna stay here. Because we need to wait for the other guys to come back, right? Also, we do have still concealment on you, so
Okay, mi muovo.
run ahead.
Moving out. Heading out.
Don't want to peek around the corner with anyone who's not concealed.
I got it covered. Scanning fast.
true abominations. Microbes that think themselves greater than the gods. You taint this place with your infestation.
Okay, looks like we have two groups basically on top of each other. There's an Andromedon here, Frost Codex, and a bunch of regular Advent goons. Okay. Let's actually come down here. That should give us line of sight to everything.
Look.
Okay.
Moving to position.
We like move to some positions here and just overwatch that. We could even set a lead the target on somebody. Maybe from up here.
This could be fun.
3. Barrier is probably most annoying, but I'm unlikely to get a kill. And I kind of would like to get... I think if we get a kill with lead the target, do we still get to hunker down and have the aim next turn? Probably not. So might as well just get some damage in on Mr. Shield Deflect.
Nessun problema, capo.
Up there.
I'm going. Staying put. Affirmative. Covering now. Overwatch. What is it exactly you need me to do?
Great. I consent to your plea.
Definitely running in the... Oh, come on, guys. I specifically asked for you to walk into my Overwatch. At least the drone knows how to follow directions. Let's see, this brings me a little bit into a predicament here.
Saviors of your race. They who fight to preserve an entire universe. Yet here you stand, willing to die to retain your ignorance.
Well, I guess not that much of a predicament. The original predicament would have been that this would have been a perfect situation to just run in with a Firestorm. But turns out we're not Master Sergeant yet, so no Firestorm. But we could run and gun in and flamethrower a whole bunch of fools here. Yeah, okay. Let's move in. I'm not committing to anything besides activating this group. Okay, and then I could run and gun in quick burn something. Man, that Andromedon is actually being a real annoyance here. We do have 88 with you, so we could disabling shot. He takes care of the Harrier. Air Trooper, this guy, and wherever the medic is probably in range of the flamethrower. I think we can figure something out here.
I'm on it.
It's the 3 of those. Come on.
Fire an incendiary.
I guess the only question is, can we hit the Andromedon with that 88? If that 88 doesn't hit, we have a whole different problem here. We could turn it into 100 if I bullseye the Andy and get the kill with you. Not get the kill, get the hit. Obviously, then it has minus 20 defense. Problem is from up here, I don't see it. So I'm relying on a 77 to make my 88 better. I'm not sure if that's the approach I really want to take here. Well, let's take care of this guy first, yeah. Okay.
X-ray neutralized.
That might help. The combat rush. 87 to make an 88 better. I don't think you got the combat rush, no. You got the combat rush though. Interesting.
That's bullshit.
Not fantastic, but at least it teleports to an even worse position. Great. We might have to... You know, we might have to just hit the 88. Alternatively... I'd say maybe we could shield charge the Andromedon, push it out of cover. But then I don't know if I still have line of sight. So that's plan B. Disabling short misses. Didn't miss. Okay. Well, in that case... sort it out. Did not trigger an additional group, which is always a great thing to see. I like triggering not additional enemies. Rather not triggering additional enemies. Let's see if we can finish off that codex from here. 100%, pretty good chance.
Victory is stained with the blood of your enemies. Just like old times.
I could give him a boot. The boot. Now what we're just gonna do, we're gonna find some place here. I don't want to trigger any additional groups, although I think the last enemies will probably be in the final room, wherever that is. Trying to get to the loot there. Don't blame me for that. Let's get some damage in on the Andy.
I'm still holding.
Wait. That's illegal. Okay, that's also really dumb.
I once considered myself a part of your race. actions.
Really? A smoke grenade? A man of your talents? This is getting a little bit annoying now. About this gentleman.
Asset located. Target eliminated.
Alright, so... Andromeda.
Take a look at this. Okay. Item here. Got one. Holding.
I think somebody else can finish that off and I can save an autoloader charge. Although I think I'm still not... I can never remember that. I think your weapon attachment charges get reset with the transition of the mission.
Evidence located.
That was 44%.
Target neutralized.
It's just I'd taken the shot because I had it. Wasn't expecting it to hit.
Come on.
Okay, that's 11 enemies taken care of. Looks like this room is mostly empty. I think we're just gonna concentrate in this direction.
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Let's go destroy something already.
I mean, so far this is going very smooth for the first part of the mission.
Elder's love of your race shines through. They counsel mercy and plead with me to show compassion. I will let you die quickly today.
I'm waiting on you.
Compassion by shutting up.
Per me va bene. Cosa ci devo fare? Arma pronta. Moving to Overwatch. Good to go. On the move.
By the way, I'm fairly certain if I have a medkit, I can't heal myself when I'm burning, so I thought that was a little bit unfair that he could do that.
I'm on it.
Covering.
Be something I should remember that medics can do that.
XCOM, shall your race be saved
Probably something I've run into 15 times before.
and all its peoples given to me, left to my tender mercies.
Who's in there? Newton. It's a purifier trooper. That seems all
Aye,
very manageable.
moving to position.
I'm on my way.
Bene. In position. On Overwatch. Come get some.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves? Holy smoke! Shit! Look!
Gun activation. Are they running away from me? No. Are they triggering Overwatch? Actually, yes.
Bullshit.
Adjusting aim.
Yet for any of us to survive, the elders must not fail. Humanity delays their own salvation. You must submit now before the true enemy appears.
Coming through.
Sono una bomba. Energy signature directly ahead. This appears to be an alien transport device of some kind. Understood. Looks like we found our way out of here.
I think this countdown can do some unwavering concentration. Take a movement action to move in a little bit closer.
Nessun problema, capo.
And give a shotgun shot to this gentleman.
Colpo deviato.
Was a 90% crit chance.
Happy now?
You never stood a chance, Zeratul.
Okay.
Flank the Muton here, and then probably put a bullseye on him.
Holy shit! No, holy you.
Ready to engage.
That's stage 1 of the mission done.
On it.
Alright, time to get all our reloads in. We might wait a turn or two for the bullseyes to come off cooldown. Might come in handy in the last mission. Also premonition, definitely.
If you want, I shall gladly oblige. Come forward, XCOM, and yield to my embrace. I shall grant you merciful slumber.
Di nuovo in partita. I'm all over it.
But the big advantage of not bringing anyone with Phantom is that I can't accidentally activate the portal with the Phantom guy and lose concealment.
Well, together for years. Would that the elders did not need your race. I would have ended its existence long ago.
We just move the guys in the front first.
On your order. Ce la posso fare.
Don't wait for me.
Covering.
We will wait for you.
Only now is there hope. Your actions today force the elders' hands. They can no longer afford patience. Soon, very soon, this world shall be mine.
Bullseyes will cool down. Everybody's ready. Everybody's reloaded. I just realized I actually didn't bring an officer, so we're not gonna focus fire on the Chosen, which means she's gonna be rough.
Well done, Menace 1-5. See you on the other side.
Given our recent engagements with the Chosen, and I'm fairly certain it should still be a tier 3 Chosen. I don't think he upgraded to tier 4 yet. I don't know, I haven't actually checked which force level we have. I'm somewhat confident that we got this in the bag.
We're in the belly of the beast now, people. Proceed carefully. What is that? Some kind of stasis chamber for the Chosen? No wonder they keep coming back at us despite everything we throw at them.
Very good little humans. Come to me. Like a moth to a flame will you be consumed by my brilliance.
So first of all, it looks like our friends on this side. Ooh. We bring in something beefy here. Think if we move like to the last line, maybe even the last 2 lines, we get in. So you activate this thing if you get in vision range of the thing. So we don't want to be at the start of the platform, but up here should be fine. Let's be nice on those guys. Now this whole terrain here makes it so that we can actually get reasonably close without triggering them. Side is kind of shit. Set you up here. think this box here doesn't always spawn on this map layout. And it's like complicating the line of sight situation a little bit.
Moving to position.
Now normally those guys don't even move, so
Fine, I'll do it.
we'll have to figure something out here.
I'll stay and cover you.
Let's go destroy something already.
Holding position. Got it covered. On Overwatch.
Well, I guess we have one shot on the shields.
Really?
Back. Alright, Custodian Master. I just need to re-acquaintance with you. You have immunities, plus padding, cluster rocket, destroyer gauntlets. Okay. This might be too close though to attack you there. I don't think I can melee him. So... See where you move.
Minimal damage.
That I can probably do. Question of if I want to. And one thing we can definitely do here is give a little bonk.
Evidence located. Hostile target zone.
What that sniper in the back?
Hit the armor.
I think the sniper in the back. We can just hand fire here. As long as one of the shots hits.
Take a look at this.
Yeah.
Happy now?
So now I'm gonna quick burn here.
Flamethrowing
Some
gear.
burn on these guys. Read some armor. Even panic. Okay, I got the panic. Alright.
On your order.
That's pretty much GG for them. He might still be able to use his melee gauntlets for burning, but definitely not while panicked, so there's that.
Trovato qualcosa. All okay. Nessun problema, capo.
Whittle down the custodian. As you might take the kill shot.
Oh, don't worry. Fetch is my favorite game. Oh, I'm having a blast, Ma! Come on.
Just need to get through there.
Va bene.
Pick up the loot in time.
New clip. What I do now?
Alright, let's take positions. I think we want our sniper up top. When he comes
Ce la posso fare.
through here somewhere. That's all that loot. Regular reloads. Human in the center.
More than enough to get by. I'm on it.
Here. Bring you in this way.
I'll check it out.
What's over there?
I might actually get Lenny back from there. I think I want to have Dimitri moving up on the right side. So the plan is my usual kind of plan that I do. I played the Warlock Stronghold probably too many times. Sniper in the back, most of the shooters up top. Then have somebody move in here on the right side to activate, get in line of sight, activate this thing, which usually means the Warlock goes more to the left, maybe even takes cover like here or here, which gives me flank shots from here or then for the banish over there. That's the general idea.
Molto bene. It is clear.
I don't think I need the quick burn cooldown. I wouldn't mind having the shadow cooldown now.
If I wanted to stand around doing nothing, I would have stayed in my Leviathan.
That flush shot. This.
Copy.
Move the guys up top a little bit closer in here.
On the move.
Alright, one more turn.
I'll keep an eye out.
Let's go destroy something already.
Vado. Sto di guardia. On our watch.
And showtime.
I'm going.
If only you knew the truth. The power in my hands. You would fall to your knees before me. Pity. I suppose we should begin then.
All right. We've faced these things before and we can do it again. No matter what happens today, only one side is leaving this place alive.
At last, speak the truth.
Yeah, what's that? A Viper Serpents? Elite Viper? Something like that. And some Trooper. Interesting. Oh yeah, I've seen a chosen Warlock just stand there. Okay. Time to kill the greatest Warlock's greatest champion. Unwavering concentration into shotgun here, I think. Well, we could also Lightning Fang.
My expectations for them were exceedingly low.
Yeah. You would know about low expectations, wouldn't you? We can start shooting him. Now, while the Chosen is crit immune, some abilities, like Bullseye, do not care. Oh, that's Spectral Zombies. This is not Spectral Lancer. He's not going into a stasis here. He's just giving me some shooting practice.
You can't stop progress. What is it exactly that you need me to do?
I mean, one could probably with Shadow get all the way over here and then banish him before he even gets his Spectral Zombies out. Do I have enough attacks to actually kill the device this turn? I mean, I have your fanfire. It's fanfire. I think it would be kind of fun to do that.
Okay.
I know there's a guy down here. He might. Look, if we kill the Warlock before he even gets his zombies out, his lancers out, I'll take a little wound from some trooper goon. I think it's not the end of the world. Also, I think we should get thousands to go for a Warlock kill.
Crimes against the elders. All will be accounted for in the end.
Doctor, the device appears to be some sort of psionic capacitor, transferring tremendous amounts of psionic energy directly to the Chosen, restoring them. No wonder these things don't die. 3 for the price of 1.
Okay, I was concerned about not having the damage to kill it. I think we can find 5 damage somewhere. So maybe actually you take the kill on this thing.
I'm hoping that's a good thing. Yes, the regeneration process has been interrupted. Readings on the capacitor indicate it has become highly unstable. Then let's target that Chosen with everything we've got. Sono una bomba.
Hang on. Killing the Chosen killed the zombies. Which makes a lot of sense. I'm surprised each time the game starts making sense.
Moving to position.
Oh my, is this intended?
Scanning.
I got it from here.
Hi.
The elders will spare no friend or foe if it means victory.
Some nice friends that you summoned. Too bad your greatest champion is on cooldown, eh?
Impossible! The elders! They are silent! Demons! I will destroy you for this outrage!
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy.
I could get used to that.
It wasn't easy, but we managed to pull it off, Commander. If only we could see the look on the elders' faces.
Hear their voice unobstructed. They are so near. They are everywhere. They come for me.
Holding position.
It was tier 4. We got 12 alloys. It's 3 alloys crystals per tier of the Chosen, so... Yeah, anyway, that wasn't so wild. No phantom unit, no officer for focus fire or command. And I feel like we have plenty of actions to spare there at the end. It really all comes down to, you know, kind of knowing the fight at this point and a little bit squad positioning.
Elements operating outside of the city centers have done little to slow the progress of Advent's ongoing development or outreach programs. Voluntary citizen emigration numbers are reportedly at their highest level in recent years.
We're going to try to do those so that it doesn't become the Banish show. I think for the other chosen strongholds, assuming we're not under huge pressure, I'll try to not bring our Reaper and not banish them. Because I always feel like banish is like the one-stop solution to all your chosen problems. That might get a little bit boring over time. We'll see. We'll see. So this thing, right? The Warlock weapon is something I've always been kinda very much ignoring. But over the Long War of the Chosen patches, there's been some changes to the chosen weapons. Most importantly, well, not necessarily most importantly, but one of the big changes is that the weapon research is instant.
I think you will find our results have exceeded expectations.
We're gonna take a look at this in a second here. What armor inspired? But we're doing the sniper rifles. I think that's at least a 2-day inspiration here. Maybe even 3. I don't know what the research time for powered armor was previously. I think we can survive with, you know, 15 more days without sniper rifles and take the inspiration. I try to not get myself lulled in by inspirations. And there's 2 reasons why I want to take this. First of all, we're saving 2, maybe 3 days. Second of all, Templar gauntlets are locked behind powered armor.
I had assumed you'd make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon
So
as...
definitely something I want to look at. So 2 other things we want to look at. First of all, we have our first 2 mech troopers. We're going to look at those in a second. Second of all, the chosen hunter, hunter, warlock, whatever his name is, his weapon. Let me just look at it here. So, the disruptor rifle. Wrath against the unworthy, gain 100% crit chance against psionic units, and then overbearing superiority, gain 10% crit chance base. Whenever you get a critical hit, your actions are refunded. As long as you're shooting and hitting and critting, you basically have kinda infinite actions, well, as long as you have ammo. And I think previously it didn't have upgrade slots, now you also have 2 upgrade slots. So to counter that infinite ammo or not infinite ammo problem, you can then of course get any sort of standard magazines or autoloaders in there. You can increase your crit chance by putting a nice laser sight on this thing. And then you kinda wanted to give it to a soldier that can achieve a high crit chance. So, Warden can do that, not our Warden. We should have, in this case, it would have been a better choice probably to go with a more shooty-oriented build. Picking up Anatomy for 15% crit chance. We have Aggression in the XCOM row for another good crit chance buffer. We would have also had Heavy Hitter. So we have infinite shots that each hit with +2. Then there's the whole thing where you can use the combo of Premonition and Unwavering Concentration to gain another 15% crit chance on demand. So you can definitely push up a Warden to really high crit chance. In addition to that, they can get Spatial Server, teleport anywhere on the map that the squad can see, so you can kind of guarantee flanks. You can do some pretty nuts stuff with the Warden with the Warlock rifle, but we're not doing this in this campaign. So other candidates for any sort of infinite-ish action setup would probably be a Ranger. Rangers get pretty good crit chance. We do have aggression, we do have executioners, so anything that drops below 50%, we have an extra 15% crit chance locked on. So from the second shot on, we have an additional crit chance. And I'm not sure if we have anything in the XCOM role. Priority target, something we could pick up. So there's some late game enemies, right, where you can really then remove a huge threat from the battlefield. Think about on the last HQ assault, we had that Titan running around. If you have somebody with the Warlock rifle who can somehow achieve 100% crit chance against that Titan, they just shoot until the Titan falls over dead. Nothing to worry about at all. I'm not sure if precision shot counts. I think it just says any crit refunds your actions, right? It doesn't have to be a standard shot. So Ranger, definitely an option. You could also reasonably give it to an assault, which seems counterintuitive. We don't have an assault. Well, yeah. So an assault, of course, gets a bunch of crit chance talents. They can run and gun into a position, which then also gives them the Killer Instinct additional crit damage bonus for the whole turn. So I think an assault could also work really nice. Of course, you kind of need a little bit of help, right? You're not naturally going to get 100% crit. It feels a little bit like in Longbow 2, sharpshooters had the Kubikiri perk. The special shot, if they crit, they auto-kill an enemy. So as long as that enemy was injured in some way. That always took a little bit of setup from, your officer using Get Some, and then maybe a holo targeter that gives extra crit, or somebody with sensor overlays giving crit to everybody. Maybe debuffing the enemy dodge stat to negative dodge, which increases crit chance. Lots of things you can bring in there. But yeah, I think we might play around with our Ranger here with that weapon. I'm not sure if any of the aliens, they can't even equip that weapon. Never mind. I'm not sure if there's any other class that might have a niche way to approach that chosen weapon. If you can think of anything, just let me know. Always interested in more theory crafting where we can squeeze something out of it. Maybe, Rook is a rifle class. I just don't think they can get the crit chance high enough. Maybe on a shooty Shinobi. % crit chance against enemies that don't see me, but that lasts for one shot, right? After that, it's not like we can shoot from outside of vision range. It's something where I kind of need to, in the future, kind of maybe consider this weapon for late game, and then from the get-go build a soldier for that. Because it's just a really powerful combination. Like, as you would expect, if you can take infinite actions, yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, enough faffing about. We got 2 people who just got augmented. Pikey's bikey was severely upgraded here. He needs a bigger bike. Okay, the heavy comes with teardown, free action, destroy environmental explosives. suppression. Yeah, cool. Body shield. Defense against the nearest visual enemy. Typical trooper immunities and critical trooper stuff. So then we can fully lean into environmental destruction with collateral, rainmaker, heat, bombard, ventilate, master blaster, which is salvo, extra bombard charge. Potentially unscarred. Maybe more cannonade. You also have a grenade build here. Needle arsenal, boosted cores, heat wires. It's not tandem heat though. Huh. Soften up, biggest booms, devastation for more radius, and cannonade for more bonus users. And then we can, well, suppressing fire, improved suppression. Bandolier von ammo slot, chain shot. Nimble hands for the reload, saturation fire, unload. This is, you know, poor man's Spanish, right? Unscarred is interesting, right? You deal 1 to 3 more damage based on armor attack. Is there any point would we go for grenades and then take Unscarred for all our grenades to do 3 more damage? Problem is you don't get the grenade launcher, so you don't get additional grenade charges until you get to cannonade. Let's see. Warning shot, Demwood ground, magnetic grenades, 3 random grenades, relocation zones. So relocation servos is kind of interesting. So it allows us to you know, move after a shot. Now, by default, our shot is turn ending. If we could have a weapon, and some of the Requiem weapons allow us to basically turn our shot into a non-turn ending attack, then we could shoot, move, shoot again, move again. We did pick him because he had fairly decent aim, right? I think. So, hypothetically speaking, if we're turning you into a more mobile unit, Bandolier is interesting for the ammo slot, but if I'm not mistaken, very might be, we have that goddamn stainless chassis that provides us an auxiliary slot, an ammo slot. Waiting for the... It doesn't say it here, but I'm fairly certain it comes from that. Or do I have an experimental magazine? No. Yeah, it's gotta be that stained chassis. So that's definitely an option. There's also one of the Mac or Spark chassis gives an ammo slot. So Bandolier kind of feels not that urgent. We go with relocation centered builds. One use permission. That seems really bad. I mean, the other option is, of course, doing something with the heavy weapons. Rainmaker, we have Rocketeer for an extra heavy weapon charge. Like full top row. But you still can't, even with 2 bombards and 2 heavy weapon charges, that's not gonna last you through a full mission, right? And then you're just running around occasionally shooting a big cannon. And I kind of don't want yet another. Well, I guess, hang on. Do the upgraded ordnance launchers give the same kind of grenade bonuses that the handheld launchers give, as in terms of multiplying your grenades? I'm not sure. Haven't done a grenade-focused mech in a while. I just feel like we have so many grenade-focused builds here in the barracks. Right, starting with our demolitionist, we have our combat engineer. We have our grenade trapper. Don't make me wrong, grenades are fun. Can't make up my mind. It's a lot of things. Our problem is, of course, I'm again like 5 days ahead of the release schedule, so waiting for comments and suggestions is just gonna be a little bit tricky here. Let's take a look at our assault mech. As a good old assault, we come with running gun, shock absorbers, kinetic strike, strikeout. Now we can also give them the mech flamethrower. I guess I'm not sure there's any restrictions on any of the mechs in terms of weapons. So let me double check that with the heavy. Yeah, could give the mech sniper, the mech flamethrower, or the cannon. I'm not sure why you want to. I don't think the heavy works with a flamethrower, but we've done a mech assault builds with flamethrower before. Basically, what we're currently running in the Twitch campaign, there we have a mech assault, is kind of the melee builds, and then with the flamethrower as a backup option, as a secondary weapon. Now over here, there's relocation servos again. Now, we don't have any sort of multi-shot stuff, right? You don't get hit and run, you don't get close encounters. I'm very conflicted here. In any of them. I mean, this is like this yells at me shooter, right? Predator, extra aim and crit on flank shots, and then relocation to get back to safety or get in a different position, or you move to a position, burial shot as a free action, then move to a new position, take another shot. I think there's also some room then, again, I think some of the Requiem weapons that we can research here give a mech type weapon I don't think it's this one. This is more like a coring lance ability, holds multiple targets in line. But I think there's another mech-based weapon which just gives you then an attack that doesn't end your turn. Yeah. This weapon is not turn-ending to use. Now, the problem with this, it requires a legate corpse. That's a little bit harder to get. Not gonna lie. Let me check the geoscape. I'm really indecisive right now about what to do with our mech troopers in terms of promotions, where we want to take them. So let me have a quick look around what our next mission is. We're currently only infiltrating this jailbreak, and that's it. Not running any projects here. So now I'm kind of thinking we could, of course, give our mech heavy kind of the heavy weapon based skills, and then give him this coring lens. Gives him a little bit more impactful weapon for single target shots, and then we don't care that he can't take multiple shots each turn. And again, this, according to the description at least, deals massive environmental damage. So he would be the big cover destroyer. Hey, might as well research it, right? We don't have anything else to do here right now. Get that in there.
Avenger plotting new course.
Market is open.
Right, new month. We want to get more alloys and more crystals, that's for sure. We don't have a Dragoon in the barracks, I think. Could get one just... So the Dragoon received a rework fairly recently, and I'm not super in love with it, to put it mildly. So I'm not really sure. That's low hacking score. Low mobility, above average aim. Because I kind of also want to, take the opportunity to show up as many classes as possible. And of course, I need to spend all the money from the supply drop as soon as possible, because that's what we do on this channel. So sure, let's get another class in, another soldier in, that I'm going to be conflicted about how to spec them here. Alright, Vanya, what's your deal? We can also turn you into another mech. Okay. So, one of the big changes of the Dragoon is that they can no longer equip a submachine gun compared to the old Dragoon. So you're kind of stuck with a rifle or a cannon, so nothing that reduces detection chance. They also no longer can equip a gremlin. They're stuck with a bit. That also means no scouting protocol, which is kind of a big thing. That also means less hack attribute, at least like a tier 3. The final tier gremlin has bigger hack bonus than the bit, so they're gonna have a lower ceiling in the hacking score. Additionally, there's no more phantom on their class tree. So the typical kind of scouting hacking officer role that I mainly used them before previously doesn't really exist anymore. That being said, they do now have some abilities to make actual use of their cannons. They do have some abilities that can make some sort of use of their heavy weapons. They still have fairly strong support abilities here. So there's definitely, you know, something for everybody. Just that specialized officer role, not necessarily there anymore. Oh, stasis field super late now. So the thing is, when the update for the Dragoon dropped, we were in the middle of a campaign and we had our Dragoon built as a support stealth SMG hacking officer, and it just wasn't working anymore, right? But now that we have a fresh soldier, a fresh canvas to paint on, we could look into maybe building something cannon focused since we have decent aim. It is another class that gets Shredder baseline. That's kind of good. Chain Shot as the only multi-shot ability is a little bit lacking. That's kind of sad, because it has a fairly long cooldown, right? 2 turn, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very indecisive today. I'm gonna have to sleep over all of these. Let's get to Geoscape. And if I remember correctly, we have a counter dark event mission here that I was holding off on, and then also one over here with a fairly long timer. So I'm gonna set up some missions here. Find some squads, send them out on the way.
Setting course for Sector 8, Mexico.
Alright, let me figure out who we want to send here. Alright, here is the squad for our first mission. This is a item recovery from a vault in New Mexico, 13 to 15 enemies. Counter a dark event, and we have biotroops present. We bring in our hijacker, heretic, technical rook, frost adder, and the war master gets his first mission, which also means we had to spend a bunch of money here, get a full set of plasma and other gear for the war master. And yeah, that's pretty much what we had to shop for. We'll see how it goes. We might over-infiltrate that a little bit. I'm not sure how confident I am about taking this at 13 to 15. I'm a little bit late, I feel like, on the Shadow Chamber, because that would probably be nice to have that available
Sky Ranger deployed.
to make a better judgment on whether or not we can take missions like these with higher enemy counts. You know, just kind of having a look what kind of enemies are we going to be facing, and then making decisions based on that. Alright, next one. Another, well, this is the Destroy the Relay Underground against that Alone the Freight Dark event.
Setting course
Gets us
for
some
the
intel
American sector.
for our efforts. Alright, I'm gonna build a squad for this one then. And here's the squad for the other mission. Again, we have a really long timer to infiltrate. Depending on how the enemies look, we might over-infiltrate a little bit. We're bringing in our sniper agent, even though it's underground, I think we can find some room to snipe, and even though he has damn good ground, compensation works also on the low ground, so I think that's kind of the one of our snipers that's least fussed about not having high ground. Infantry for some reliable overwatch. We got a scouting here, first time around with the bolt caster to actually take advantage of his shooting perks. Our electrician. Then and then our Crasher and Stormrider, I haven't seen in a mission in a long time, and we can feel that it has now Assault Blade, which we finished recently here, and see how that performs in action. Yeah, looking at our barracks, we have a lot of mid to low rank troops still. I mean, we have a solid number of like gunnery sergeant and master sergeants, but I feel like there's a lot who are left a little bit behind, and I think part of the problem is our current lack of missions here in some of the regions. We have 160 intel. Yeah, which all brings me back then also to the problem of, okay, which region makes sense to contact, where we're not just gonna find a whole bunch of enemies. I guess the other thing is we're also gonna need a bunch of intel for some researches, right? So outside of the ones we're doing right now, I was saying I want the Shadow Chamber, so we need 40 intel for alien encryption. We also haven't done resistance radio yet, so we don't see, we can't build radio relays, and we don't see continent bonuses. That's another 60 intel we need to spend. And yeah, of course, finding the time to do all of this. I think for now, we're just gonna chill here, see what kind of missions we find in West Africa. And that's 100% on this jailbreak. Of course, 13 to 15 enemies. What feeling about this? I'm eager to try it at a higher enemy count just to get more XP out there. This is a fairly, compared to the squads that I've just built for the other missions, this is a fairly high level squad, right? Everybody's tech sergeant or higher. And we've got a bunch of plasma weapons in here. Superior emulator. Sure, Templar gauntlets are a little bit outdated, but we also can now do some liquidator shenanigans, hopefully. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll run it at 13 to 15. But yeah, that's gonna be in the next episode, and yeah, I'm gonna think about the 3 guys where we still have to assign perk points, our 2 mech troopers and our dragoon, and see where they fit into the whole team picture. But for now, we're gonna put a cut in here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.